How am I feeling? Well, not feeling very good. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played well and played hard. But the short answer to your question is not great at this point. You want to win the game.
Oh, I'm sorry. Where'd you come from? Where'd you come from? Sorry, Bob. Okay, just take a few questions because it's awfully late tonight. Who's got one for Bob? Okay, over here.
Were you surprised to see Ventura when he was brought into the game?
We saw him warming up. I mean, we heard he was available for an inning, so not surprised at anything. You're going to use everybody you can to try to win a game.
Expected pitchers duel ended up 9-8.
Right. Well, in John's case, he pitched well for us. Just tired a little bit there after the Hosmer walk, but left, with a lead and gave us a chance to win. So, I mean, you don't expect it to be the score to be, with those two guys pitching, especially with the bullpens, but that's why you play the game.
Bob, how are Coco and Soto, and how much of an impact did losing Soto wind up having in the game?
Yeah, and that's why you have other guys. I mean, he kind of pulled his thumb back from when the jersey on the play at the plate, and then after that it kept getting worse and worse. Certainly as a catcher you need your thumb, especially when John Lester's throwing cutters, but that's what did it. I mean, it was one play at the plate and he just couldn't continue. As far as Coco, Hammy, if he has to come out of the game, it's not good. I mean, he's a guy for us that can play hurt, and he does a lot. But for him to actually go out there and have to come back in means it's smart and some.
Their running game after Soto left, how important was that?
Well, it is. That's one of their strengths, and it affected us at the end, no doubt about it. We were still in a position to win the game a couple times, but it did affect it.
John?
Can you just speak to the game that Brandon Moss had after kind of a rough second half of the season and delivering the way he did tonight?
Yeah, I mean, first inning, you score a couple runs in the first inning and you feel like, now we're on our way. And then we lose the lead and then hits another 3-run homer, and you feel like with our pitching it's going to hold up, but it didn't. But, we've seen him make those swings before.
Lester's numbers wind up.
Wait for the microphone, please. They have to hear it upstairs. Okay.
Bob, the course of this game seemed to almost mirror your season in some ways. Up big and things looking good, and then lots of injuries, and then things sort of go erratic. Did you have that sense?
I didn't. It's not something you think about during the course of a game. Maybe when you reflect a little later, but it hadn't occurred to me. But all those things you talk about transpired during the game.
Okay, in the back now.
Bob, Lester wasn't as dominant as he has been frequently against these guys or down the stretch, but what did you think of his toughness battling through some of those situations? You know what?
I thought he was really good after giving up a couple of runs. He really settled in and was throwing the ball great. He just tired a little bit there at the end after, throwing 110 pitches or whatever it is in 7+ innings. So I thought after the initial couple of runs they scored, he threw the ball really well. And toughened up when he had to, based on the fact that we had a lead.
On the right.
Can you talk about the outing by Brandon Finnegan, the rookie?
Yeah, that was a key component for him. That rookie comes in like that and gets lefties out, righties out, put him in position to keep the game going like that. It was impressive. First time I've seen him.
Did you consider using Dunn in any spot?
Well, I was going to use him had we not taken the lead. And Kayaspo's spot would have been the natural one, but they'd have walked him, I think. So I wasn't going to use him there. I was going to potentially use him at Punto if I had a chance to. But he was ready to go a couple times. I just didn't think they were going to pitch to him in the Kayaspo spot.